story. He said, I don't know about it. I said, well, Frank, I don't know if anybody really knows the story. But I'll give you the cliff notes because it's too long of a story, but I think it really defines who Noah Stokes is. And I'm not really sure that you would be having a football banquet tonight if it were not for Noah Stokes. But I'll take you back to 2004. In the fall of 2004, a group of men met at Parker's Restaurant. It's a barbecue restaurant right down from Office Depot. Not there anymore. Their barbecue wasn't very good, which became an issue, and they went out of business. But we continued to eat there. It was me and Noah and Bob Hardaway and Dick Cosby. And there were some others that became involved as we went along, but we had an idea, a vision of let's start football at the middle school level. And so over a period of months, the goal was to have a spring practice, okay? So the short-term goal. So we, over the next few months, we put together a plan of how we would do it, how would it be funded, where would we play, who would we play, what about uniforms, who would coach, what about insurance if somebody gets hurt. We had everything covered. And we're like, this is a win-win situation. It's a slam dunk. The school didn't have to do anything except just say, yeah, it's fine. And so Noah was the point man. He takes it to the board, and we get shot down. And we didn't get shot down. We got shot down like probably the 10 people that were involved. 8 of them voted no against it. And so we got back together, regrouped, and came up with a different angle, I guess. And Noah went back to the board, and he got shot down again. And then, again, we get together, go to the board, which actually, we started going to people individually lobbying their vote. And that didn't work either. So, it got to like the 11th hour, it's like, I think it's like 1st of April, we're trying to do spring practice in May. And I don't remember who came up with the idea. But we're like, let's just ask them if we could do an after-school camp. And so that's why Noah went to the board and said, hey, can we have a camp after school? And they're like, yeah, we can do a camp. And so, obviously, we just ran a spring practice. And what happened was, after it was over, a guy named Rennie Scott was the headmaster, and he approached Noah. We had probably 40 boys show up. I think it was 5th through, would be the upcoming 6th through 8th graders. So it was 5th through 7th grade at the time. I bet we had 40 boys out there. And Rennie came most days, and he called Noah after spring practice was over. And he said, Noah, I've been involved with this school a long time, but I've never seen so many daddies that were out supporting their sons, being involved in what they're doing, watching, that cared about something so much. And long story short, just got snowballed into football for the middle school level, and it was great. We were making homemade goalposts, and it's a long story. It was great. And so then it came time for the high school level, and we again started running into roadblocks, and they didn't want to do it. And I remember calling Noah like, no, I'm waving the white flag. I'm done. But not Noah. He never gave up. He never gave up, and he did it with the right heart. He did it with the right spirit. He was never combative. He was never confrontational as he approached the board, the decision makers. He always left the lines of communication open. Long story short, football happened, and this is really what I wanted to tell you. Noah wrote a vision letter. I don't know if he read it to the board, but he certainly read it to me. And what I remember of it is it said, one day you'll be driving east on Wall Street, and you'll crest the hill, and you'll see the lights of the stadium. And you'll pull into a crowded parking lot. You'll hear the crowd cheering, the band playing, the cheerleaders cheering, the popcorn. You'll smell the popcorn, the hot dogs, and
he invited me, he sent me a text, he said, hey, you ought to come out this year. It was the Fannin County game. And I came out to the game and I pressed the hill. The lights were on. I pulled in the parking lot. I can't find a parking space very close. And I went in the gate and I walked over to the Fannin County side and stood at the fence on the 10-yard line just so I could look over at the home crowd. And I'm like, incredible, the vision, and then it happened. Apparently, God wanted football too, and He made it happen. But let me tell you, if it were not for Noah Stokes, I really don't know if you would have football, if we'd have it here at Christian Heritage. It would certainly not be where it is today. And the main, without a doubt, there are two things. One, a place to give the Christian Heritage community a place to come together, the cheerleaders a platform, the band a platform, but most importantly, the impact that this great game makes on these young men. That the boys that go through Christian Heritage that choose to play football, they've got to think that we could have ever gotten, Frank's a great man, a godly man, but Frank's a great football coach. Like, we'd have never dreamed we could have somebody like Frank Barton and be in the GHSA. And just incredible to watch what God has done for this football program. And I'm honored to be here to have any part of honoring Noah Stokes.
So I wanted that because I love history. I love tradition. I love how something got started. And I love to look out here and see the people that are carrying it on. It's amazing to see the people. Since 2000, Noah, that was your first year here. He was a PE teacher. He was an art teacher. He was an AD. He was a baseball coach. He was, now he's been doing the radio. And we have a weekly meeting every week. But to be honored by the history of CHS football and how him come up. So since 2000, over the last 24 years, we appreciate your years of service and we appreciate all you've done. No.